Welcome back, lifers.
Hey, Nicole is ready.
Hey, y'all.
It's your fam, Natalie.
And Nicole.
And today is Motivational Monday.
Hey, y'all. It is raining. We are doing a video in the car because we had a lot of errands to run today, and we still want to get y'all a video out today.
Absolutely.
It may be just coming us a little bit late, but thank y'all for rocking with us. But we still want to get y'all a video. So.
Absolutely. And this weather is so perfect about what we're going to talk about today.
It is.
Yes, it is.
All right, so you know, we normally ask you guys, how you doing, how you been, but we're gonna say that for the end of the video, like we used to do. But right now, we're just gonna get into the video.
Today, we're talking about
"I Told the Storm."
Absolutely.
Okay, and this song is, we can't play it because copyright laws. Okay, because I ain't got no money to be paying people. Hello. But the song is by Greg O'Quinn and Joyful Noise. Anyway, this is just a couple words from the lyrics. It says, "Even though your winds blow, I want you to know you cause me no alarm, cause I'm safe in his arms. Even though your rain falls, I can still make this call. Let there be peace. Now I can say go away. I command you to move today. Because of faith, I have a brand new day. The sun will shine and I will be okay. That's when I told the storm. I told the storm to pass. Storm, you can't last. Go away. I command you to move today. Storm, when God speaks. Storm, you have to cease. That's what I told the storm." Okay, so
I can hear it, y'all.
I can too.
I listened to that song. Nicole was just playing it in the car because I had never heard of it. I had listened to that song last week for 9 hours.
Y'all, when I tell y'all, that song has really brought me through because it literally speaks on the way my life was going. And and how
I tell Nicole, I almost drowned because of my storms.
Okay, and how, and Nat was telling me this, I don't know, maybe it was last night or night for last, but sometimes we create our own storms.
Then cry when it rains.
Exactly, and cry when it rains. So there's been plenty of times where I created my own storms and wanted to play victim. I should be honest. Wanted to play victim. Wanted everybody to
get out of it.
Wanted everybody to not coddle me, but to pity me. That's what it was. Wanted people to pity me for the storms that I created, storm that I've caused. I caused storms in my life, and I've caused storms in other people's lives.
Yep, it's a conversation a lot of people don't want to have.
And you know, sometimes we got to realize that, hey, I'm the problem.
Right.
Like, we have to look at ourselves and realize that
drama. Yes, you
sometimes I am the problem.
Yes, you are.
So, anyway, listen to that song. For me, it brought me through a lot because when you are truly fed up and you like, you know what, God, I cannot continue to live like this. I cannot continue to go down the path I'm going. If I do, then I know that the end result for me will be death or will continue to be depression, because depression had a hold on me. And you like, you know, either I'm going to stay in this depressive state, or I'm going to tell depression, you don't have any room in my life. Your days here in my life are gone. You got to move on. Like, go find you something else to do, because what you're doing in my life is no more. And so I got to that point where, you know, I was just done. I was so done of being depressed, so done with always feeling like, woe is me, always feeling like, you know, God, why are you throwing things to me left and right? What's going on? Like, I was just so done. And so when I came to my realization that I don't know why the music playing. When I came, it's paused. When I came to the realization that I was done and I was ready to see the sun shining now, that my storm was over, that's when I was like, you know what, God, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for you to do whatever you said you was going to do in my life, God. I'm ready. Like, I can't do it by myself. I have tried and I have failed. And I know that I can do it if I have you in my corner. So I'm totally ready. And I give my life to you, and I give myself to you for you to do as you please, because I know that you won't lead me down the wrong path. So I'm trusting you. Like, I give my total trust, my total focus to you. And once I did that, them storms started leaving.
Well, I just know that for me, and it's just something you said, like, I used to ask God, like, why are you throwing things at me left and right? And sometimes you have to realize it's not God. It's
Mr. Officer.
It's literally the enemy trying to attack you. And God is going to sit there and see if your faith is what it should be, as you so claim. You sit here and you brag and you boast about faith. You sit here and you're willing to tell people about the word of God, but are you practicing what you preach? Do you truly, truly have faith, even the size of a mustard seed? You know, so I feel like that the enemy will attack when he sees, or they see, because as we know, the enemy come in many shape, form, and fashions. They will attack, and God is going to see what your response is. Everything does not deserve your energy. Everything does not deserve a response. Sometimes no response is literally the best response. And like Nicole said, I call storms in my life, and then maybe the first time it was unintentional. I allowed people to treat me certain ways because I have a saving complex. You know, I wanted to save people. You know, and I did not want to leave them. I asked God for signs. God, please give me a sign this person is supposed to be in my life. If he's not, God, please remove what is not deserving of me. You know, and he's putting things into play, and he's trying to remove situations and people, and he's trying to open those doors, but you're doing everything in your power to keep those doors closed. So I was standing in my own way. Yes. Me. And I didn't want to come to the realization, like Nicole said, I am the problem. I was the problem. Me trying to save people, that's not my job. You know, and I realize now that it was me. It was my perception of how I think that they should be. That was me feeling like I had to save them. Because they showed me their true, authentic self. Because that wasn't who I wanted them to be, even if it's because I wanted them to be greater, they showed me that this is who they are in this moment. This is where they are, and this is where they're at in their point in life, and I cannot pull them out of it. It was not my job. They have to want to do it. So those storms started brewing because you start to emotionally, you take, is that Mama? Hey, Mom. You take, it's not her. You take on their problems. You take on whatever they went through, and that emotional dumping is all on you. So you're left depleted. The storm, you know, the rain has cleared, but that storm is still brewing. It's just brewing and brewing. It's simmering, and then once stuff hits the fan, it's like it's not even you being victim, you playing victim. It's like you're fed up, like she said. Yeah. You're fed up, and then when you go off, oh my God, that's when they're the victim, you know. But in the end, you just want to help people, but your help, you helping them could possibly be you just praying for them without them even knowing it. You can still help someone without having to physically be there. You know, absolutely. You can still help someone without having to be in contact with them. You could pray for them for 30 days. We challenged them for 30 days. Just pray for someone. Pray for someone and watch how God moves in their life. So like I said, I caused a storm, and now I am picking up the debris that's been left behind. And I realize now that I don't have to do it alone. It's okay to ask for help. And my help is being therapy. My help is reading the Bible. My help is getting on my knees and praying. I don't care if my knees hurt. I can get on my knees at work to do things. I'm going to get on my knees and I'm going to pray. Put a pillow down, you know, and get on my knees and pray and just have that deep one-on-one conversation with God, because he has truly brought me so far. He has truly, it's so many times where I gave up on myself, so many times where I started something and stopped it because I think it was to know that I could possibly succeed. It terrifies me because I'm so used to putting myself on the back burner. Yes. So knowing that I am at a point in my life where I am a focus and where I am being more aware of my feelings, of my my temperament. I'm being more aware of where my place is in life, and as far as my spiritual journey with God. It can be scary because you're having to not only acknowledge the bad habits that you have or the bad habits that you possibly created, but you also have to acknowledge the situation that you've put yourself in. You know, and like I said, you have to pick up the debris afterwards. And I'm not saying, of course, it's not going to be all roses and cherries at all time. Things are going to happen, but when things happen, I know God don't want us to lose faith. He don't want us to feel like, oh, well, this happened, I don't trust him no more. I don't believe in him. I don't believe what he says. I don't believe he's going to do what he says he's going to do. Because trust me, if he did it before, he can do it again. And he will do it again. But he seriously wants to know, how strong is our faith? You know, are you truly, do you cower when people talk about God?
Sorry for the background noise, guys.
No, I'm going to give it a second, y'all. I pray whatever it is, they okay. Every time I see a fire truck or ambulance, I always say that.
And I always think of, is that station 118?
Is that
station 118? Nah, I'm sorry, were you done?
No.
Okay.
But just do you cower when people are talking about God, or do you sit there and you give your experiences, you sit there and you talk freely about him? Do you just only talk about him in the confinement of your home? You get what I'm saying? Like, do you only just mention him when you're praying, and then when someone else mentions him, and it could possibly be a debate? You can have a healthy debate, y'all. I'm serious. You can have a healthy debate, but do you do that, or do you cower? Plain and simple. Do you cower? I used to be the one, I'm not going to say I cowered, but I was uncomfortable at times talking about God. You know, and I was uncomfortable because I didn't want to make other people uncomfortable. So even though they may have said their own, like, they had their own, help me with the word here, they had their own opinion. They had their own opinion. This happened, that happened, and I would sit there and I would be quiet. I wouldn't say anything. But now I'm like, okay, your opinion is your opinion. Opinion, everyone has it. But let me tell you how he moved in my life. And that way, by me telling them how he moved in my life, hopefully it can inspire someone else and help someone else get closer. Like we always tell them, like, hey, you can come to 224 Black Bottom Road, Eden, North Carolina, and fellowship and worship with us.
Speaking of, I need to get back in my church.
Where everybody is somebody, really.
Like,
I go there and my mind could be heavy. These last couple of days, my body has been so heavy. And I was telling Chelsea, and Chelsea like, what do you mean? I was like, it's just, I'll wake up and I'll dream, and in the dream I have to force myself to wake up, and I just feel so drained, depleted of all feelings, and it's like my mind is heavy. And like I was telling Nicole, the enemy tried to attack her mouth by giving her a toothache, because that makes, because Nicole don't mind talking about the word of God, and so that right there was that way for her to shut up. And then start to attack, they try to feel thoughts in your head. No, the enemy, you will not win. You can try, but we know who we serve. Okay. So that's all I got to say.
Just to piggyback off what Nettie was saying, with my mouth, that's another reason why the video is a little bit late, because this, what do you call it? Left side. And I know it don't look swollen. I don't know. And like I say, getting in my head, but I already got fat cheeks as it is. But my mouth has been hurting for like 2 days, and yesterday, maybe 3 days, and it brought me to tears yesterday. But anyway, my brother Troy had called me, and well, first he texted me. He was like, are you busy? And I said no, and I'm thinking he's just gonna text me because my mouth hurts and I can't talk. And then he called me. As soon as he called me, he crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? And his uncle passed away, and he just asked me to pray for him. And it's like, it's crazy, and I know people may think that I'm lying, whatever, but as soon as Troy asked me to pray for him, my mouth stopped hurting. And I was able to pray for him and to talk with him, about the loss of his uncle. So I was like, dang, after I got off the phone, I was telling my husband, like, I was on the phone with Troy, and, his uncle passed away, and So I tell him how my mouth was hurting, and then it just stopped hurting. He's like, yeah, that's nobody but God, and it's the truth. And if I'm being very transparent, so a lot of stuff has been happening in our family, blessing wise, and like I started school on the 24th.
Start on the 12th.
Okay, so Natalie, both of us, we are actually we're taking the steps to secure our future, because we're only about 35 years young. Okay, and we're taking the steps.
The goal is not to have to work hard all your life.
Exactly.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Seriously.
So I'm starting school. I started school. Natalie's going to start school next month, and I don't know. I guess, and then I'm about to go into my internship store on the 1st of July, and I don't know. I guess everything just became not overwhelming, but fear. Like, Nicole, can you really do this? Can you really be consistent with recording your videos and putting them out? Can you really be consistent with? Because this is a whole different ballgame with school now. Can you be consistent with doing the schoolwork and passing your grade, because our job is paying for us to get these degrees, but you have to maintain a C average, and a C average is it ain't gonna work with me,
right?
So, and then I was so good, been so had all of my, like, I was just like real confident before all this, and then I guess it started getting close to the day of me entering my internship. I was like, oh my gosh, like, got just a little bit scared. I'm not there anymore, and I just asked Nelly, like, I gotta pray this up off me. And I asked Nelly, could she pray it up off me too, and then Jody too, and because even this weekend I didn't do anything. I didn't feel like I accomplished anything. And I know it had a lot to do with my mouth, because when my mouth was hurting, it had my whole ear hurting and my head hurting. It was like the triple effect. It was just, I just wanted to lay in bed and just be under covers and just not move. So today, Monday, I'm actually like, you know what? You can't stay in that space. You got to get up. You got to do what you got to do. And like we was talking about, told my storm, hey, you got to go, because depression. Why are you trying to creep up on me? I have nothing to be depressed about. Like, why are you trying to creep up on me? Like my blessings are here. I have my family. I have the friends I do have. I'm meeting new people.
Networking.
Okay, I'm networking.
Yes.
I have no issues whatsoever. And the devil, because
you're not in that box no more that you try to make for yourself. That's why.
All right. So the devil, because he feel like that, okay, Nicole she's doing too well. Let me try to throw a monkey wrench in there for her, because we know that she talks about her faith, but we know that it ain't really strong. So let's throw a monkey wrench in there for her and throw her off her whole equilibrium. And that didn't work. Like you threw me for a chance, a look for.
You almost got me. Didn't we say that?
Okay.
You almost got me.
You almost got me. But then I had to remember what kind of God I serve.
Absolutely.
And all the things that he's done for me and how he keeps on blessing me. And it really just, I don't know, it made me appreciate the blessings that I'm getting. And right now I'm reading 1 Corinthians, and I'm only on the 3rd chapter. I just started reading it, and I read a chapter a day. And I do that because I don't want to over
information overload.
Yes, myself. Because reading the Bible when you're younger, it's like, grandma them got me in this kitchen or in the living room reading the Bible. I can't leave till I read a verse. Then they telling you stories, and you're not remembering these stories, but they're telling you stories or whatever. And then you get older, same thing, and then you kind of, for me, I can only speak on my experience, I turned away from God. I turned away from church because I was like, well, y'all was forcing me to go. It wasn't because I wanted to go. Y'all was forcing me to go. And then my life took a roller coaster ride once I decided not to to really acknowledge who God is to me. And then as soon as I started to acknowledge, he started, started coming from up here. And then I was like, oh yeah, thank you, God, for bringing me this far, but that's all I need to do. Forget about you. And then he was like, hold on. Okay, that's fine. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. So now, my life is no longer rocky. It's straight. It's like, for me, it's just going up, 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 up. And I'm very, very, very thankful that this is where I'm at in my life's journey, that I am excited to read about the Bible. As I'm reading the Bible, I be having conversation, because we all talk to God differently, okay? How I talk to God is not the same way you talking to God,
right?
And that's totally fine. This is my journey with God. So when I'm reading the Bible and something hit me, I'm like, God, you better tell him. Like, it just be, I be into it. Back then, I was like, whenever somebody start reading the Bible, why do we always start at Genesis? Why?
I don't know, because that was me.
Like, why? And then be so uninterested. Me, I found my spot, and then now I'm going in order of the Bible, but I didn't start at Genesis. I won't end at Genesis. I'll end at the book above the book I started. But I know it'll come in full circle. And I like the way that this is how I study the Bible. It may not work for you, and that's totally fine. This is me studying the Bible. I like the way to study it like this, because the way I'm going in order, it always, like, the next book I read, after I read this book and I read the next book, it's almost like it's reiterating what the previous book said.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is a refresher course for you, and I really like that, because it makes it easier for me to understand, makes it easier for me to retain whatever I am reading. That's one of my biggest prayers, is that I retain the knowledge.
Retain it, and then I apply it.
That's it for
right
me.
There.
That's all I want to do is I don't want to have to tell somebody that I am a child of God. I want somebody to look at me, and for me to open my mouth, and for them to know that Nicole's a child of God. Like, right. I don't want to just I want to live my life according to his word, basically.
Yes.
And so by me doing this, I've noticed that, my storms, I still have storms come up. I'm not saying that the storms...
I ain't gonna say they storms. They're little rain showers.
Yeah, but even if storms, rain and storm, I have storms come, and it doesn't bother me as much.
A couple days.
I know.
You was really in it.
It doesn't bother me as much, because God showed me what to do last time I had the storm, so I'm able to navigate through my storm. So what I used to stay in my storm for weeks on end.
Yes, Lord.
Hours, minutes. And I'm up out of there.
I used to make that thing my home, okay? Because
I know. Okay.
It was hard to come up out of it. Sometimes it's so hard to, when you're so used to it, it's hard to even see daybreak. I'm talking about just a little bit of sunlight. It's so daggone hard. It's getting a little warm up in here. I do just want to say that. It's getting a little warm up in this car. But yes, I don't know. I was telling Nicole, like, I'm so grateful for the direction our family is going. As far as spirituality, getting closer to God, there's certain things I've prayed for. I've prayed for God to help people in my family who have probably taken a detour. I always pray that they find their way back, because it's never too late. I always pray that they find their way back to God, and I just know that I see him moving already in one of these people's lives, and I just know that other person, God is going to bring them right back. He's going to come through those church doors. He's going to sit at the front of that pew and just going to be receptive of what's being told to him, and he's going to apply it. But we all I feel like that we all had to fail at some point.
Yes.
We all had to go through our own trials and tribulations. And I feel like this is his trial and his tribulation, and his victory it's right there. It's right there. But the prayers of the righteous would definitely bring him back.
Okay.
Okay, period.
All right, y'all. So,
Okay,
what have y'all told y'all storm?
Okay.
What are you telling your storm? Like,
Are you making it your? Have you already built camp right there in your storm?
Right. Let's not make our storm our home.
Yeah, you got so used to it, so you done sat there, girl. Yes, you better come on. You done sat there and weatherproof your house because you like, okay, the storm gonna come. I know it's gonna come. No, what is gonna be your breakthrough?
Right.
Basically, that's okay. Yeah, I'm glad we recorded this because I was like, I'm so tired. It's raining. I'm going to sleep. You know, it's Monday. It's my day off. I'm going to sleep. No, I'm glad
we got stuff to do.
We got out. You know, I got up. It's just been really good. It's been
a very great day. So
it
far.
really has.
It's still early.
So how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm getting stuff done. I've done my classwork that was due on the 28th. I've done it already. And I've already got like 6-7 responses back. I was like,
really? You didn't tell me that?
Yeah, girl, okay, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely doing it.
I need to clean off my desk today, Cole.
I cleaned it off yesterday.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Let me tell y'all real quick. Okay, we got 4 minutes. I bought a desk from Amazon because I bought me a desk and I bought me a chair. Chris put together my chair and Chris put together my desk. My chair is great. That desk, we put the desk in the car.
Is the desk like, the chair? I don't like the chair.
The desk is gone. So I had contacted the seller and I was like, hey, I need to return this because even though it was $69, it's still $69. The wood is split. That's why.
What did they say?
They haven't contacted me back. But I don't
have Amazon.
I do not have to, but the thing is I need to return it. I threw it away.
So you just threw away $69?
I don't have time to go to the store. The FedEx, it's always closed when I get off work.
Oh girl, except for Monday. You could have waited. Girl, bye, you just threw away $69. That's not true.
I said I'm gonna do a review.
What?
Your desk is trash.
Wow, how's your mental?
My mental is today is better than yesterday. You already know how my space was yesterday, but I've been more vocal about my emotions. I did have someone ask me how am I doing. I said I don't want to talk about it. They said, well, I'm worried about you, and I was like, well, I don't want to talk about my emotional state right now, and I'm okay with saying I don't want to talk about it. I'm still learning boundaries. How's your mental?
My mental's good. I'm gonna go home. Anyway, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna clean up my kitchen, cook my meal, and I'll talk about that on Wellness Wednesday.
And have you been kind to yourself?
I have. I've been very kind to myself.
I've been kind to myself too.
So, how you guys doing?
I'm gonna take a nap later on today and be even more kinder.
How's y'all mental?
And have you been kind to yourself?
All right, y'all. Please join us on Wellness Wednesday. We got some stuff to talk about.
We sure do.
All right, we love y'all, and we'll see y'all on Wellness Wednesday. Thank y'all for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing.
Yes.
We almost at 50 subscribers, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
And we only get bigger and better. We thank y'all for y'all continued support.
Amen.
So we love y'all, and we'll see y'all for Wellness Wednesday.
Peace.